Hello. Today we're going to be training on how to create a sales video that actually converts. And specifically, things that you're going to learn are 5 things or 5 reasons specifically that sales videos work over traditional sales mediums, like long sales, which, we're anyway, we're talking about that. And then 4 things that you need video. So that's going to be the focus today. That is intriguing to you, specifically if you are struggling to create sales, or whether it's enough sales for where you are, or if you haven't got to a place where you are ready to sell yet, or there's a lot of varying needs when you're an entrepreneur. Sometimes our version has one. Sometimes we need another. We're just getting started. So regardless of where you are, I think this will be a powerful training for you. And as you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you? Real quick, my name is Kim Garst, strategist. I love helping people make more money. Hence what we're talking about today. And I've owned an online businesses over the past 30 years. So I've seen a lot of sales processes. I've done a lot of sales things over the years. And video has been my most effective sales mechanism. It's one of the things I'm super passionate about, because anybody can do it. Not everybody can write a long form sales page, but everybody can create a sales video. So I'm super excited about that piece of it. And Sharon, I want to say hey to Patsy. Glad you're here, Patsy, from Prairieville, Louisiana. So how far is that, like, from like a major city? Like, I'm trying to think. And how are you? Like, there's so many people that I know got slammed with weather, and still getting slammed with weather. I think if you're like in New York and the northern states now, I think there's still a lot of rain coming through. We got a lot of rain currently in Virginia, and we got a lot of rain. It rained pretty hard for like 24 hours. And we actually got a tornado warning here. Like, that never happens. Like, we're in the mountains. Like, that, I've never even known of us having a tornado in this location before. But anyway, okay. So real quick, just as a litmus test, and there's no judgment here, guys. This is all about giving you a better jumping off point, so that you have the knowledge you need. But where are you right now? Do you feel like you're just getting started and you need a way to do more things? Or you feel like that you're brilliant, you got amazing stuff, amazing products and services, or services, but nobody's buying enough of it? Like, I'm just trying to get a feel everybody is. So Patsy says, oh, good. Finally got electricity. So you obviously lost electricity. You're between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Well, girl, I'll be saying prayers for you. I'm glad to hear you're safe and sound, and that you've got electricity again. That's it's amazing how much we rely on, like, modern things. So we lost electricity here a few weeks back, and my dad is now, so I'm here taking care of him. And he has a hospital bed. So in his hospital bed is operates, off of electricity. And so, it inflates and deflates. So when there's no electricity to inflate it, it deflates. So we were like, man, what are we going to do? Like, he's going to be a hard thing, if we can't get this fixed. So we got that. But yeah, it was a moment there. Okay. All right. So let me pull up my screen, and we're going to get moving on this. All right, here we go. All right. I clicked the button, but it was being slow there. Talk about how to create sales videos that convert. If you're interested in that, you're in the right place. I want to give you a couple of stats before we get started, because I feel like that stats are powerful in the context of should we be paying attention to things. So I want to say real quick, did you know that the average watches at least 2 to 4 hours of? Now, that might necessarily be our sales videos, but the point is, I mean, tons of video content every day, and that is and get this. This is what's so stunning. I want you guys to breathe like that. There are tons of people, tons of marketers, tons of business owners, whatever word you want to use, people that are selling products and services online today that are not leveraging video. So that is a tremendous opportunity for you. So I had my friend Sean Cannell on the market. It's probably been more back now. And, he about the power of one video can revenue for your business. No joke. So, of course, he's a YouTube expert, and obviously people are consuming content on YouTube at ridiculous rates. But there is power in video, and it's a missed opportunity by so many. I think sometimes that old saying comes to mind, we miss opportunities because, what is it? It work, but they don't have to be hard. Video doesn't have to be hard, and I think we make it way too hard. Now, this is the part that I really want you to like. 69%. That's almost 70% of buyers, guys, start to learn about a product by watching a video. Now, I'm just going to leave that right there and want you guys to understand that this is, again, in combination with how I'm by people today, and combine that with how many people are actively raising their hand and saying, I learned about a product or a service by watching a video. All right. Are you using video to teach people about your products and services, or to sell your products and services to folks? If not, then again, a missed opportunity. All right. Now, why sales? What's the purpose of a sales message? Whether it's a post on social media, whether it's a long sales form page, or a video, goal is to persuade our buyer prospect to that our products, regardless of what form it takes, that is the end goal for us as a marketer. Trying to put our product and service out, we need to persuade people that what we have is going to solve their problem. And if we assume it, aka video, just saying, then we're again going to struggle. So I'm getting a message that the video is kind of not awesome. You guys seeing that as well? Let me see my internet. My best internet. One of the problems that I face is being here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I laugh and tell people I'm in the middle of nowhere. So you drive to the middle of nowhere, you take a left, keep driving. That's kind of where I'm at. Nowhere. So sometimes our internet is not the best, but we're just going to plow through and hope that you guys can get the gist of the training today. Okay, if our job as business owners is to convince people to purchase from us, then why is that a problem? Why just roll in the duckies? Why are we not using holler money to the bank? Why is that a problem for us? It's a problem because we are competing with like millions of other people doing exactly the same thing. And this is the interesting part that I think really sets us apart if we decide we're going to leverage video, is, like I said before, there's so many businesses that are not taking advantage of video. So video is social media. It is an traditional marketing method. People are more inclined to pay attention to video. It gives us an opportunity to stand out essentially. So right now, video sales letters, that's what they're called, because the end goal is it's kind of a slam between, a video sales page and which is a traditional methodology that a lot of people are familiar with. And that's how people traditionally sold things. And now you just take that copy and turn it into a video. But they have the ability to cut through the noise today. I mean, we're bombarded every day with like every type of marketing message out there. And this is so, so important. When I first started online, and traditionally for years, people have said that it takes 7 to 8 touch points before people make a buying decision. Well, that has shifted. It is now upwards to 30, and some say more than 30 before people make a buying decision, because there's so many people competing for our buyers' attention. Videos create a relatable experience for our buyer, and so it's a connection point, and it's going to increase your chances of conversion. So I promised you that I was going to share 5 reasons why the video works, or video sales videos work specifically. The first one is that using video gives people that real touch point with you. So let's dig into this a little bit. Now, obviously, I'm live right now. If you don't know me, you've never seen me before, whatever, you're going to form an impression because you're going to be able to see me, hear me, and there's that element, right? So there's an opportunity to decide very quickly if you like me. You're going to lean in a little bit more. Is she giving me any value? And ultimately, if you stuck with me for a period of time, would you start to trust me? So it builds out that know, like, and trust factor. And if you are in front facing with your customer, your prospect, like I am, like right now, then it just gives a very unique experience to them. It's a realness. They decide very quickly whether or not that person, aka you, is somebody they need to be paying attention to. And that's true too, whether you are front facing with the camera or whether it's just a voice. So one of the things, and think about this just for a hot second, one of the things I've been doing very successfully is using the power of voice DMs on Instagram. And I use those versus a text, just straight up text, because people get to hear me and the inflection. And I love it when people send them to me because I get to hear their voice. It's just a connection. It's a real touch point versus just text, which is flat. Sometimes you don't get sometimes text can be taken out of context because you can't hear inflection. So voice is just as powerful as the opportunity to connect face-to-face with your potential buyers. So video is real, it's effective, and it absolutely works. The next reason that video is so powerful when it comes to sales is they're simple for people to consume and understand. As long as you're not using fancy smancy, super convoluted wording, they're very easy for people to consume. That's why they're spending 2 to 4 hours a day consuming video content. Again, hey, right? Opportunity knocking. The third reason is that they convert higher than traditional sales pages or messages. Now, this makes total sense if you think about some of the things I've already said. And I would love to hear from you. So how many of you go to a traditional sales page, meaning it's all text? I mean, that's all. There's no video. It's all text, some imagery. How many of you read that word for word? Most people don't anymore. In fact, when they see all this text and you're scrolling, you're like, okay, enough is enough. If you're interested at all, you usually look at the headline and you go to the bottom of the page to see what the price is. Can I get an amen? Right? So nobody really pays attention. Now, if they're interested, the headline catches them, they see the price and they're not turned off by the price, they might go back and see what's in it for them. But nobody reads the traditional sales pages anymore because they're convoluted, they're long, they take too much time. And there's no warm and fuzzy. There's no person to connect with, so you don't have any sense for the person behind the words other than unless you as if you're the copywriter or your copywriter has a sense of humor, like if something catches your attention and you feel like it's like this is a good read. But that doesn't happen very often, so that's why video is so powerful. And so I'm seeing here Patsy is saying, yeah, not much, amen. And then we've got John says, never unless I'm interested. Yes, exactly. That's why traditional sales pages are not as effective anymore. And again, that's one of the reasons why we need to start looking to video as a mechanism for selling more of our products and services. Now, I have had very good success with sales videos, and we'll talk about why that is, well, I think it is in a moment. But, just in context of why the conversion is higher, it is, again, they're easier to consume. People develop a know, like, and trust, or at least a know, like factor very quickly after listening or watching your video. And I've heard some people say that their conversions have been upwards to 80% higher over a traditional sales page. But the standard is anywhere from 5 to 7 to potentially, normally it's anywhere from 7 to 10% conversions versus the industry standard, which is 1 to 2%. So even if you only got the difference between 1% and 10%, that's still 9% more. That's 9 more sales per 100 people who see your page. That's a big deal, like, right? So again, they work. They are cheaper and easier to create than a standard sales page. So if you've ever had to create and you tried to do it yourself and you're not a copywriter, how much pain was that? Like, seriously, that is a serious pain point. I've tried it all. I've tried to be the copywriter. I've hired the copywriter, paid thousands of dollars. I think the highest amount that I ever paid for a sales page was like $25,000. Seriously. Now, in context, that was in a place where my business where I could afford that. There's been places in my businesses over the years where that was just not doable. I couldn't afford that money. And now that those are video sales letters, I don't even go there. I never hire someone to create my video sales letters, or because now I have a rinse and repeat system, which I'm getting ready to talk to you about. And then, there's when I say cheaper, you don't hire a copywriter as long as you have the components, which most of us already have. There's no real cost outlay, which is win, right? And this is the best part for people who struggle with the tech. They reduce the tech overwhelm. So if you're doing a traditional sales page, there's the text, but then you have to make it pretty. And if you're not a graphic designer or a web designer, like, that can be overwhelming. And then how do you connect the dots, right? So the video sales letters absolutely reduce the tech overwhelm. Now, I also promised that I was going to give you the components for creating your high converting sales video. So 4 things you use to convert or to create high converting sales video specifically. Okay, let's break it down. And questions, guys. Okay. Love questions. I'll try to take them as I'll circle back at the end. Either way, I'll make sure we get your questions answered. So the first thing that you need is script. And the reason that I say you need a script is because there's a lot of moving pieces and parts. Traditionally, when you are create a lot of people, let me back up for a second. A lot of people that teach sales videos will tell you you just need 3. The problem, agitate, solve situation. Meaning you state the problem, you agitate it a little bit, like, yeah, I have that problem, and because I have a problem, I came up with the solution. So it's a sales video. There's psychological triggers that you have to incorporate, and you need to, make sure that you have all those components in your video so that it absolutely converts at the highest that you can possibly achieve. And so here's my formula. Now, this may look overwhelming to you, because this is all the components. The first is, which is, problem. And then you outline the problem. In some cases, it's, several things that rolled into one. You enter the solution, like introduce the solution. You establish your credibility. You tell the story. You transition to a better way. You explain that there is hope. You throw in a few stats. You, talk about the bonuses. I'm sorry, I missed the wrong way. You explain video is all about. You connect, sharing their pain, introduce their product. So we're going this way. I'm sorry. So see, there's a lot of pieces to this, and they're specifically laid out in an order. Now, so when you get this, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Yes, you can, because my VSL to Profit training is we have a fill in the blank script. And this is what's so very powerful about it. Once you learn how to do this, you can do this and replicate it for everything that you sell. So whether it's a digital product, whether it's a physical product, whether it's coaching, whether it's, a continuity program, anything that you sell can be leveraged in this exact script. And if you can fill in the blank, this is the VSL script that we give to our students. So you craft your headline. The next thing is you hook them with 2 to 3. Do you ever feel like? So you can fill in the blank with, and we all could do this. That's why I'm saying everybody create a video sales letter, and it's a rinse and repeat system. So once you have the system, you can use it over and over again. Next thing you need is use the video. Now, I think a lot of people like, oh gosh, I've never created a video in my life. I don't know if I can do this. And there's so many amazing tools out there. If you have a laptop or a desktop, whether you're using the laptop's built-in webcam or whether you have a standalone webcam, you have everything you essentially need. The quality of the sound on webcams these days is super awesome. Tools today, there are amazing tools out there for from phone apps. I mean, you can even use your phone for video. That's what's so powerful today. There are low cost or already have ways for us to record video. Tools perspective, even Canva now has a feature where we can record our videos, edit them, some basic editing, and off to the races. And like I say, I've taught this trainings. So the previous trainings I've done on VSLs, you can look in the feed, or we actually have, if you go a lineup of all the videos that I've done already. And I've talked about this about VSLs is there's basically 3 styles of VSLs. There's the front facing where you're talking to your consumer and they can see you. There is the other style of video, which is no visual of you. It's just text-based with a voice overlay. And then the third way is a combination style. Now the combination is sometimes you're visible and sometimes it's just text on the screen. Those are a little bit more complex, a little bit more editing, but that's usually the one that I do now. But when I first started, what I call ugly video sales letters, was just straight up text on a white background. In front of the camera, no, that is an excuse. Kick that to the curb, because you can create an ugly video sales letter with just text. So no more excuses, just saying. And like I say you don't have to have fancy equipment, lights, or even in the scenario where you don't want to be in front of the camera. Now, some people say to me, well, Kim, you're right. I don't want to be in front of the camera, but I have a squeaky voice, or I'm not sure I want to even use my voice. Another thing out the door, another excuse out the door is you don't have to. You can go, once you get your script in, and you can go over to Fiverr, and for $5 have somebody record your script for you. Did you hear that? There's no excuses, y'all. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, you don't have to be. If you don't want somebody to hear your voice, you don't. So again, no more. If you have a simple, if you can write a script with, then you are in business. The third thing you have to have is a place to put a mechanism for selling your product or service. If you got your script recorded, next thing you have to have is a landing or a changeable words, because they're exactly the same thing. It's a page that has one purpose: to sell whatever it is that your BSL is there to sell your prospect. So in this case, this makes, I pulled this direct. Obviously, we're talking about video sales letters, but yes, I do have a training on this. And you can sell with a simple video, etc. Now, this is the thing that holds a lot of people up. Okay, I get it. I'm supposed to I put on a page, but there's still, I don't know exactly how to do that. Well, that is one of the things we give basically to our students, is the actual page already designed, your text, pop in your video. Designs are there. You may want to change them, but we actually give the landing page template builder to our students so that the tech, well, again, is out the door. There's no excuse. If you worry about tech, no excuse. You can kick that now too. And then the fourth thing you have to do is to go tell it on the mountain. Tell it on the mountain. That's just another word for promote. You've got this new amazing thing. Well, maybe it's not new. Maybe it's you've got your video ready to sell it. You've got your landing page all lined up. It's your sales video is on. Your buy buttons there. You're ready to sell it. Most people make the mistake of thinking that people are going to just bump into their stuff. Guys, you have to promote it. You have to tell people about it. You have to put it down on social. You have to, maybe you want to spend some money to in front of the right people. When it comes to selling stuff online, you really only need two things. One, you need something somebody wants. Now, it paints the picture. You have to have something that somebody wants. Okay, so you got that, right? I'm like, you whatever your product or service is, you've got that you're selling. And then you have to put it in front of the people that want it. So if I'm selling dog food and I'm putting it in cat lovers, well, that's probably not going to create the sales I want. Now, that seems like a very obvious thing in the context of, okay, that makes sense, Kim. But so many people don't put their offer or the right people in the medium that's required for them to make sales. So randomly hoping somebody's going to bump into it and like 3 people see it in a month and you don't make it. This isn't working. Well, no, it's not that it's not working. You haven't exposed it to enough people that might potentially be interested. So that's why it's so powerful. That promotion is so powerful. You've got to consistently be telling people about how you can solve their problems. So that's that, and that is something we teach inside of the VSL to Profit course as well. We focus primarily on social media, simply because so many people don't want to spend money. They're in some cases that it's a financial crunch. They're just getting started. They don't really have the extra cash to put into advertising So we do teach technologies that are totally free. So that's the 4 things. And we are opening the doors next Thursday to my VSL to Profit course. I've been talking about them, telling everybody about them. If it's something I think a lot of people still don't know what they are and the power of them, but it is a training that I do. This is the last time I think I'm going to do it live, but it basically you can, because when it comes to selling, if you're trying to build a sales page, a long form sales page, 1, it's expensive. 2, it takes time to hire a copywriter or to write the copy yourself. This is designed to give script that you fill in the blanks and give you the landing page you are up and running as quickly as possible. So the live training starts next Thursday, September the 9th. It goes for 10 days. Most days are we're live inside of a Facebook group at 11 a.m. Standard Time. There are a few what we call get or done days. So there's a few days like, after you're exposed, get the fill in the blank pieces, then you will need a little bit of time to digest fill in your blanks. So that's a done day kind of thing. But if you can't make a specific day, don't stress over it. Everything's recorded. You can always tune into it at a later point in time. So it's pretty register for the training. You can watch from home, join from home. We call come to class in your PJs, bring your drink. We are a very collaborative group. The reason we do these live is because I'm in the moment. You can ask questions. My team is there. But the end goal is to get you more sales for your products and services using video sales letters. You can get started today for as little as $117. If you know that this, just go check it out a little bit more. It's at kimgarst.com/join VSL to profit. You may know that this is for you. You may still be like, I'm not sure. It sounds good, but I'm just not sure it's for me. Okay, because I've continued a few more trainings. I'm going to be doing a training. Let's see, next Tuesday and Wednesday before class opens. So Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the 2 tools that you need to create your VSL. And then Wednesday, I forgot what topic is on Wednesday, but more trainings free right here. I'm usually live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So to see if this is for you. And just to learn more about them, because I think a lot of people are still not quite sure what the value proposition is for the sales letters. But I'm just going to tell you, just totally transparently. And one of the reasons it is the easiest way, the cheapest way, and the most effective way to increase your conversions that I have ever found. And I have been selling stuff online for 30 years. So, if you're interested in selling more stuff, I'm just saying, you might want to dig into what the concept of selling your products and services using sales videos. So, questions. Hang on. Does each work in product demo videos? Yeah. So yes. So let me. When you're talking about demoing a product, is your end goal to sell something on? So like a lot of times when you're demoing a product, that is the end goal, but do you have a mechanism for that? Are you talking about they sell at the end? When I am teaching the VSL to profit, it's not about demoing the product side. Demo products or demo videos, I think, sell themselves. So this is more, and I'd love to know what you're selling. That would get, I always like to know what you're selling too. So just trying to see if there's any more questions. a good question. So John, give me a little bit more information. And I will say this, if you are unsure, if you're like, I don't know if this is good business, let me know. Send us up at Kim on any of the socials. Like if you're on LinkedIn, just send me an inbox message. If you're on Facebook, just message us, right there on the page. If that makes it for you, shoot us a message, and we will definitely dig in a little bit more with you and see if this is for you. You will find we're very we'll tell you, like, if this is going to work for you. What I have found is that, over the years of not only using this in my business, but seeing how many other people leverage them. If you take a look at some of the top marketers in the world today are using VSLs. Why? Because they work. One of the most well-known ones is Potty Squatty. Squatty Potty, not Potty Squatty. Squatty Potty has one. Everybody uses it as an example because it is just a great sales video. So we're happy to tell you. John says he is a mobile app. Yes, absolutely. You could use a VSL to app. Absolutely, John. Again, you just lead off with the problems that the mobile app solves, and your app is the solution. In some cases, it may just be the mobile app itself where you may not have bonuses and other things, so you can leave those things out of the script. But yes, I have seen people use VSLs for physical products, services, SaaS companies, of coaching, literally every type of thing that you physically sell. I have seen people using VSLs to do so. So absolutely. I can't really think of anything that wouldn't fit. To sell something, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's whatever we're trying to sell. We have to convince people based on the words we choose, but the formula is the same for everything. That's what's so neat about this. When I first learned how to do video sales letter, I was like, it can't be this easy. Like, at first it wasn't easy because I was like filling in the blanks. Well, one, I didn't have a fill in the blank script when I first started. I was reverse engineering other people's VSLs to try it out. So yeah, I figured out my structure, by the way. So I have a system for it now, and I give that to my students. But when I first started reverse engineering other top marketers' VSLs, okay, all right, that's the hook. And okay, they're talking about their bonuses here. And I just basically come up with my own structure for my my video sales letters. But there is a structure. You can dissect all the top their VSLs, and you'll find that there absolutely is a system for how they create them. So I must have missed this question. I apologize, Colleen. What's the best way to get engagement? I have a ghost room. I have done live games, never a comment. It doesn't really have to do with a VS, I guess, technically, but there is so many ways to get people to see your content. I'm not sure what you're trying to market. Are you trying to sell things, or are you just trying to get people to engage with your content? Give me a little bit more information around that question. But when it comes to selling things, I'll give you my answer to that. As I understand it, is that what you're asking me? When it comes to selling things on social media, lots of times people put out their stuff, whatever, their widget. It doesn't matter what it is. They'll put out their widget, and they'll say, buy now, buy me, and a big turnoff. It's like walking into or onto a car lot and somebody immediately approaches you to get you, or can we help you? Or you walk into a furniture store. That is my worst. This annoys me to no end. It's like your fingernails on a chalkboard. You walk into a furniture store and you just want to look, like, right? You just want to look if you want anything. And there's like a group of people in the front, like 3 or 4 salespeople in the front. And I guess they take turns. And so, hey, I'm going to be your person today. And, I'm like, yes, you can just give me some room. I just want to look around. Okay. So that's the way we have to look when we're putting things out on social media, are we turning people off? And there's no way to circle back. Once you've made a bad impression, you just screwed that all up, right? So instead, I personally think we needing and talking with the solve. If we show up and say that our widget solved this problem, and we talk about that, then conversation around, wow, I have that problem. How do I get done? So they ask for, how they purchase. Have to say bye. It's the byproduct of having the conversation with people. In my opinion, we should be talking about the problems that our widget solves on social media and let people ask questions and self-select into the buy process. Just doing it wrong, personally. That's my 2 cents. All right. All right, so again, I will put this up on the screen. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, you have a killer deal for $100 off still. The course, it's getting ready to go up. It's going to go up every day once we start marketing it to everybody. So if you're interested at all, now is the time to go grab it, because I want you to get the best price possible. So again, it's kimgross.com/join PDF to profit. And if you're still not sure, that's totally cool. Just come back on Tuesday, 11 a.m. Standard Time. You'll learn more. You can also tune in to the previous trainings that I've done to see if you pick up something. You will, because every training I've done has a different slant. It addresses a different thing. So I've done a couple of those already. You can look, depending on ours, look those up. If you can't find them, message us. We'll send them to you to make it as streamlined as possible. If you have questions, ask. We are open to answer questions. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Have the rest of your day, and God bless.